Welcome to the F with Finance. We talk about finance, and we decided we're going to do some frequently asked questions because we know if one person in the room has a question, it's more likely than not that someone else have the same question. And we get different questions from clients every day. Francois, you've got an interesting one for us.
I've got one that's very irritating, actually, to be honest, because you probably get this as well. How much return can I get for my 1 million rand investment? You always get that question. How much return can I get?
It's the biggest.
I get it, but what's the interest going to be? No?
Yeah, what's the interest going to be? How long is a piece of string? Type thing, right? And you never want to sound arrogant with it, but everybody, they've got different goals. So it's not a one size fits all answer that you can give your clients. So
what's your answer normally? Because probably not as irritated as now.
Well, I think people can see it sometimes. But long story short is you just look at your risk-free rate of return that the banks give you, right? Follows the interest rates. That's normally the interest that you can get on an ongoing basis. But it depends. If you invest for longer, you can go a little bit more high risk, and your yield and your interest and your growth will be a lot more than something like a money market fund. So what I'm trying to say is make sure that you know what your goal is with your money, first of all. Know the time frame of your investment. Don't go and invest in an equity fund if you've only got 3 or 4 months to invest. All right? And make sure that you understand the tax on the investment as well, because all of those 3 things come together and you need to basically invest according to that. I don't know if you guys have got any thoughts on that.
So the answer is 9%, basically.
Yeah, close to 9% now.
In all honesty, people look at the banks and they see, yesterday when I drove to Joburg, there was an African bank one, there was a Standard Bank one, and all of them give their different interest rates. So that's what clients compare yourself to that. They say, I can get 12% at the bank, but they don't realize the tax and all of that you just mentioned. But just to elaborate on that client yesterday that she told me, so my investment in the last year, then she compared all the funds against each other, it was 90th out of 120 funds. Surely that's not good enough. But she looks at a year. But she's invested with me for 5 years. Then I said, okay, let's zoom out for 5 years. Then all of a sudden she's in the top 10. But she doesn't look at that. She just looked at the last year. Even though her goal is 5 years, people tend to look at the last year. And that's frustrating for us, because what's your goal with the investment? Is it just for this year? Are we really aiming for long-term investments, long-term returns? And people kind of forget that they want that to be on top the whole time.
Correct.
And that's, as we know, that's not possible.
So as always, the answer is it depends.
It depends very much on your goals and your time horizon.
Get the right advice.
Thank you very much, Francois, and next time, smile when you answer them. That's it for today, but please, if you have any questions, please drop them down below and we will answer them in a straightforward manner. Thank you.